This is Pretoria Project, straight from Pretoria, a place for the people where every story starts. Voices rise, we let them shine, no matter who you are. From the streets to the hearts, we're taking it far. This is the podcast for the people, yeah. The stage is yours, share your dreams, your highs, your struggles. Open doors, every tale, every vibe. We amplify the sound on Pitoria Project. Yeah, your voice is crowned.
Welcome to another episode of Pitoria Project. Now, it's going to be the bless us from I get my Gilwan, get my Lena Teddy B. Featuring an KG, Revotamara R80 first by it. Ritilo, Lena KG, Brenda High Aranang. You bring them words and Lanya, and so somebody play away one or Pirara. You bring the town, I'm Pitoria 012. Kamu social.
Yeah, get to make a social.
Kamu social. Ningo visa ka address ya homa. Nair na ki 0190 kisaiti ya ho posta liemi ya.
Abo na kinali zipi. Kamu social mo ki 0152. Then kamu go chat kamu ki 0182 018.
All right. No, ki juren da brak.
Gosh, bra kamu na.
Ne.
You have a matter for. Nice life problems.
No, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, no. If it's a Pitoria project,
Sure.
Nagitubi,
Yeah.
Skimility, Digantina.
Yeah.
Get another two Sarafella, our Mamana,
Ne.
Rutel, Lormana KG.
Yeah.
Pirara.
Boy.
On Swara.
Yeah.
So KG, when no hotel like you didn't say.
Oh, me too. Me na get mo ka simo. Mara, I was actually on. It's like is Gandhi original.
Yeah.
So, ko handar almost Gandhi mo. And then I get to magira was that one and I chipped la kamo social.
Such a bon volume make it.
No mate pene. Yeah. So then to magira was that one. It's then 2 year to mara chipped la kamo social yana kamo. Kamo extension. Ko hay extension nani. No one. Yeah. So, yeah, me too. Me get Simo, and then we push it. So I'm an accountant by profession. I have an honors degree. Diploma on Simo. Is Pitoria? Pitoria is really simple, man. Look, I would get a Martin. Moral play to the motor, man. If I pass you on, find the best. You can vibe. Simo Answar. Yeah. So basically, Timogasi, and then yeah, I own the brand Pirara Lore. Actually, Luzula Pirara Legala Mogasi. Lira is most mo. Markibona Garan, there's a very sippy lovan. Garne, man, is in push a meat.
No, and I come to it. Once what?
Yeah, can buy push a Pitori man, Machita, like even in terms of music. Can buy push a man, Java. They made blue polar body to try like
Yeah.
So what I felt was that there was one aspect along what it was missing, because like we speak a lot of Pitoria, of a lot of Spitori. People they Bamakala, what are we saying? What is it that we are thinking? So what I wanted to do was actually I wanted to do like sort of a graphic representation of so someone sees pila you see what is it that we are thinking about.
Yeah,
because
the allegation la this slang too much.
Once what?
Kuri language ya teng herra bolela. This slang ne kuteletse mphano monka tsena bolela. Are motho free fast to.
Yeah.
O free fast to ke buira. Go ba ko trongo. I want.
Yeah.
So yeah, really kisi te usa hore. Hey, what are the like as allegation la this slang?
Once what?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Of advantage,
Yeah. So I mean, if okay, so I've had to actually, besides the fact that I'm obviously from Pitoria and stuff, but I had to even look at it from an academical perspective. Because there's a guy, his name Professor Tawudi. He's a professor at TUT. So he did his entire doctoral studies around Pitoria. If you analyze it from that perspective, you can actually see what it qualifies to be an actual language educating. Because for a language to revisit a language, it has to have grammar. It has to be a way along her right, the principles are reapplied this way. most people ra itse gore lentswe le qualify le bela tshwantse le follow a certain pattern.
Yeah.
O ka se no bolela fela like as much as mantswe ra faka, but then he thoma motho o botse gore free first bo bona e bile taleng ko trunkung. This is what happens ko trungo. Ya ka se no tsia fela la tlhela fela lentswe le gore a le na a concept behind it. Once what?
But now re bolela bjang ka phela wa bona mo re face language engwe ya di figure of speech pila.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Gore damana be thata ke.
Why one?
A bolela ka o reila koloi.
Once what?
Damana be thata ke.
Yeah. So le context ya re bolela ka. Re ntwela, I mean ntwela is just a general way re ntwela, mara if you re na le particular concept like wa itse ke re ntwela wa itse no ke raso.
Le ngwanyana wa fana mmitsa.
Yeah. Tell Maria Marley busy and ways.
Yeah.
Like you can make sense out of, oh, I don't want to say nothing, but you can make sense out of like I get
Bunyana so.
But you get me.
Yeah.
You know, exactly like you say.
Yeah.
I'm not saying exactly or wanyana or mark. How you like a context it means this.
Hence kono jiga bar no kwena we were ling.
Yeah.
So I had to worry him. So but how this thing came about was like I'm by nature a business person by nature. So last year I had a lot of business failures. I think I lost over 300,000.
Business.
Transport and stuff. So I was a point where I said, okay, no. You guys want me to
Yeah.
But then I couldn't hurricane anything. It's almost impossible.
So what enjoyable.
Yeah, like
you want something to keep,
yeah, it's that thrill for me, like those uncertainties in terms of business. That's something more it gives me a thrill in life. Like I go to anile honor against fela like this panic will salary if it's it's impossible for me. But then he's around the Karaways being just able to do anything or engine more because I also had a business or excited and stuff. So it hit me horror, but there's no language kids in economy separate of speed word.
Yeah,
so but why as much as but I felt like I know the principle they're pushing on bus pushes Pitoria, but I felt like there was a bit of a gap along where it could be filled along where anywhere anyone from anywhere could at least almost I understand why do we call these things such things once or like there's a lot of concepts along where I started to work around, and when I started to work around those things and people were becoming a bit more and more interested for one. So then I had to start doing researches in terms of material and everything else. So what? Because always my Pitoria, but feel like Pitoria, feel like we just damn, like I feel like you look up yeah. So I had to work around the qualities and everything else. Yeah, but I realized what we are starting to catch fire because I officially, for example, I launched the page Pirara Google TikTok in April. Look Facebook, it was around that time. But in terms of what we have done, you can see or it usually takes people around 4 or 5 years to get to those kind of followers.
It's funny.
Yeah.
So when did this thing start? Like this year?
Yeah, this year.
The t-shirt thing.
Yeah. So but the business I registered it around December. Then and then I started to trademark the name Pirara. So say around February. And including the logo, but in terms of inclusive marketing, it was around April.
So Pirara idila ka di t-shirt effect.
No. So what we are doing, we didn't want to flood the market with a lot of things. Because generally what happens, once you know there's a brand, so I didn't want to flood the market. I wanted to get it gradually. So that I sort of, because more I'm trying to express an idea, and once I start to do other things, too much, I might actually miss the or at least I might miss, but they might miss the point of the message that we are trying to create. Because when I started to do that, now I realized there were two things. Like you can think of this as the way you think about VW and Audi. Audi is more of an executive version, yeah, VW in a way. So more the sort of almost like two concepts that I'm doing. This Pitoria come called the way it is, but we're also pushing a theme here, the Jacaranda City. You can see, for example, yes, you can see even with this set, but it's still I'm wearing it. It's still in development phase. I think we are almost on the final phase. Yeah, everything else. You can see even with the logo, we twisted it a bit, so that it's sort of a theme of Jaga, because Pitor Sarena, and then but the entire Pretoria.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and when you say Jacaranda City, the entire Pretoria.
Yeah.
So
our focus
where one.
Yeah.
But that's why there were a lot of concepts along I had drafted along I had to get into it gradually. Next thing I got too much. So hence even like the packet head. A lot of people were saying packet head. But I started to work with them through the journey or what is that we are trying to do what. Even this one, like one for example, Lapandale. Ya para purposely in the LMO so that they see or this is what we have been doing. Because another thing but what Pitoria hence we said horror like but that is just the language itself Lufiera it's part of the things along we are if you go fast so then I had to work with them with so that they see what we are genuine like Arti Chanzara aga no stoka fast nyana go marabia na fisa mkatwarang mo
there's effort
this effort is not yet done. This effort here purposely so so but the furthest we're almost done I think in a month's time, and then packet it was so in a month's time
no nna ke bona mara ke bone ka Zulu Zulu wa betha dikipa tse and di bontsha dile
Zulu ke Brayaga. So Zulu I've worked with them if you know Kalopula I posted the boat cruise. I used to do boat cruises as well. There's a pitch called Cashley Entertainment. It's me who own that business. The boat cruises. So I used to do it. Most of the time you will see Zulu. So I guess in terms of the brand, when I started the brand, interested let's push this thing, and then he was willing to assist me in a way he was willing to assist me in a way in terms of a bit of exposure for what he can do or whatever that he's able to do. I mean, I know if for example most probably I'm here because you guys know him. Or maybe even if it would have been future Mara, it would have taken longer. So some of the things, it's some of the advantages I have because he's my friend. I mean, Hoka with Zulu, that means sorry, I with music at all.
Pasa isura na re fetsa tšhelete a re na ka jukebox
I don't look at the barbieri and the sangola. He's helped me a lot in terms of the brand. Whatever that he's able to do, he has been push the way that he can. But I think the brand Lona right now it's starting to be a situation where it's able to push itself.
So ka utlwa bolela ka ba content na wa bala hore ka utlwa ra buka ntletswe wa bona mara if o le go obviously on a Spanish surely on a deadline how do you balance running this business making sure ya rana e monate everything thing batho ba shote stock lo boela go mmerekong gore o itse he boss are
I mean that's why I think if you can see I told you I'm not able to I should said during the week I can't do it because I'll be at work, but if we say humble zora then it's possible like about this lead and then I'll squeeze it. So I think I think that there's a sort of some sort of a correlation between what you want to do and the kind of excuses that you will give for it not to happen. If you say you can't build a brand because you are busy working, it works out exactly like that. No, I know because I used to when I had the business of selling and buying cars, I used to wake up from my house. Ke late papa ka lebile a guy from my cannot timber PCN. I'll take them Rieko Val. I'll take them 4 a.m. Rieko Val to bid for cars. While they are waiting there before they even open, I'm busy working. When they are driving from there to there, I'm busy working. One. So there's nothing as I'm busy. It's all relative. If usanya kurisilo sirahale, then I guess you'll have all the excuse for something not to happen. If you have someone like Elon Musk running over 5 companies, they're very, very successful by far. We're not the only thing that you're just doing is 9 to 8, and you know,
And that's more like
and then it's done, and then your excuse is that you are busy. Well, I guess then the outcomes will also follow up, and look at the outcomes that I'm telling you.
no, you're
Yeah. So, but in short, when I knock off whatever time that is there, I use it to do things that I want to do. So there's no such thing as, I mean, I'm doing the design, I'm funding the business, I'm delivering, I'm setting up every single little thing, and I'm still working. I have family, I'm married, but things are happening. There's no such thing as things cannot happen. Nah, there's no such thing. Yeah.
And then whole lokela span sa bobedi e le hore ebile wena at the same time o pusha almost everything.
Yeah.
Bona hore ko ntlong ba khona enda pa balla ra monna hape ke late.
Yeah.
Wena o witse ke nya go felletsa this design fela and then ke tlo robala mara hore papa ke bo matri.
Yeah.
Ba bona ba khona hore
yeah, I mean, so to be some sort of a trade-off. If you want things to happen, things take time. So it means that you have to take it from somewhere else. Well, one, but in any case, but for a buyer, you'd find him. He doesn't have time. Mara na go na biya.
yeah. No me ala mara khona bona reason to.
Exactly, that's what I wanted to say. Hore, so you can always do blend it with other things and still be productive.
Yeah, come combination le hore le khona auctioning.
Yeah.
Mara hentse ba bita kwa wena o busy wa.
One one.
Yeah. Span
Hile, and yeah, I think once you know that people are they are almost pessimistic in nature. Like they always find an excuse for things not to happen.
I think when yeah.
I don't
self-sabotage.
Like but what's about so no, that's why most of the things right now I actually don't want to do everything, but I find in the business where you will find that they always have an excuse here why things must not happen. So now if it's like that, I take charge so that you do hard. If something must be delivered at 12 a.m., it has to be delivered at 12 a.m.
Oh no, man.
The idea
it seems like Linaldi similar traits.
I
can pick up,
yeah, no, let's not get married. If your episode
it drop off
by Tuesday,
yeah, yes,
I got one sinyana.
One one,
yeah, ngambe ka sero bale,
yeah,
and nika muntu matlo ngoma yanga. So re mona bro, bu rompe toto.
Yeah,
2 hours fela ke.
Yeah.
Boy. But ke khodala he ke na metse mpeto ke ntse ka mona ke bona episode ya podcast e loaded 58% ke ya no.
Yeah.
Nda robala ka.
Yeah.
Then ha batho ha ba kry le mole le ready. A ke tlhokore ke be ko nna.
Yeah.
Bona ba itse ba tla ya ba check ka link then redistribute amra.
One.
But otherwise impotse.
Yeah.
So how to my brand ya skipper.
Yeah.
I think that Fabanchi.
Yeah.
They've tried brand their skipper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's Zamilwe?
Yeah.
Skipper says Zamil.
Yeah.
How now? I think Mutomolo Muiti but 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
sure.
I sent more
Yeah.
And then again when you come back.
Yeah.
Osakre bo Dirty Loli,
Yeah.
bo Galaxy Boy.
Sure.
Which is Kibana the brand.
Bupunyete. Sure.
Ho tsena mo marketing mo nahano.
Yeah.
Mbiatse.
Yeah.
Ha ona mo ga reng yo fa ba setback nya.
What's the name to me? I like I said, I'm from an academic background in a sense. So even in that environment, I've never been. So I've been in very big boardrooms, and I realized, even the people that are making decisions, these people are just simply people that took a chance. They are not. I can hear this person I'm reporting to. I'm probably smarter than this person. Mara get boss at that time.
Yeah.
I can see it simply because this person was willing to take an action that people are not willing to take.
Something.
Yeah.
Different.
So even when I get to them, I don't think about what this one is big, this one is what. Like the world is so big in a sense, it's just that the problem is we are generally limited by things that we are exposed to most of the time. So you'll find a lot of people they find they're uncomfortable with change because they want something that is very very predictable. But the world it has so many potential things along. I think if people knew the only thing that limits them, it's actually being hesitant, being scared, being. If they knew the difference between me having a million not having him, it's simply because I think I think they will get on to more and do something. So now when I get into an environment, I don't even think about I'm in my own world. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm not looking at the next person.
You are your own competition.
Yeah. I'm the only person that can limit myself. Not really mang they're doing their bid and they're doing very, very well, but I'm not limited by anything. I don't care if I'm in the same in the same environment as Louis Vuitton or I don't care. I'm in. You are also a human being. You are limited by you have your own limitations. You don't know everything. There's no such thing as someone simply because they know everything. It's just that if you look at how the probabilities of you being successful, it's very, very low. So at best, you just took a chance. You have no idea if you do something else, it's simply it will succeed. You don't know that.
Yeah.
That is the beauty of life. That's why usually people they complain or that's not how life works. Yeah. So now I'm not even thinking about that. I'm doing what I'm doing. I have things in mind I think they are bigger than what I'm seeing, whether they succeed or not. But I'm going in.
But then now I'm curious to know, ne? You decided, okay, fan shop, I want to start and make t-shirts, right?
Yeah.
Or the clothing brand.
Yeah.
How do you now decide on what you're going to put on your t-shirts?
Yeah.
Like, what was the creativity behind now saying, okay, so this is a t-shirt, this is how I'm going to brand it, this is how I'm going to do it?
Yeah. So the thing about a brand, but I guess a lot of people will look at it differently depending who you are. But the most compelling definition is that it is what makes you feel. After everything else is said and done, what do you feel? What do you feel? Now the angle was to say I needed to do something so long. They need to feel in a certain way. And I know what he has said. A lot of people have done the t-shirts and everything else. So when I looked, a lot of them they didn't seem compelling to me. Or I needed to do something long. Or so push or
yeah.
I need you to think from that angle.
A regular support, a regular.
Yeah, one one. So then, I mean, there are a couple of ways of actually sort of. Let's just say before you even think about what the kind of graphics or whatever that you can put in a shirt, actually to sort of complete something. Even ski, but there's small things like a lot of people they overlook like packaging, tag, this and that, like the small things say they complete a brand or if I never skip. It's cover
yeah.
But then what I then looked at was, like I said, for a language in like easy but sorry, more than speed in like easy. So I realized that's something that is probably could be potentially a currency. It could be monetized. But I needed to find a way along Hore. It truly represents the way people are trying to think. So what I've done, you will see Hore. The main thing that I've done was to package it in a way along what people didn't think could be packaged that way. But I didn't do anything new. I simply took what everyone else was saying, everyone else has in mind, they know. But I just packaged it in a way along Hore. It was really compelling for people to buy. That was the main thing what I was able to do.
So se se kwetseng no.
That's what that's what goes on.
Okay.
But if you go in the back, yes, I should have came with a couple of them. I didn't think about it because I do have them. But anyway, what it says Ditonamela Ranex. What you find there, it's and then after some more scafela pedon jaga ditopo.
Yeah.
Now Hopopa, right? The concept of Popa, it's a from what I say. 6143.
Get ball.
52 by easy way. So you'll find a graphic representation of Hopopa. You'll find a graphic representation of a car. You'll find a graphic representation of a bell.
Yeah.
I saw another one that says strategy office.
Yeah.
So now
yeah.
it gets me thinking, more
Yeah.
pila, I'm not just wearing a t-shirt, like
Yeah.
I'm wearing confidence.
Once what?
Like it gives me a boost. Like strategy office again.
Once what?
So that was the
Motivational,
idea
yeah.
behind it, to motivate people.
Wait, one. Yeah. I mean, like a lot of people, they see it and you know it connects with them so much in the sense of the first time Taiwan are just design a year.
Dog.
Like, well, one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I knew that I had hit the spot when I started to see those kind of reactions. Well, one. Yeah. So the idea was for me to sort of create a design that in my own thinking and the way that I see, I sort of understand the world. This could be something say look, it's able to touch the nerve and say, no man, this thing, it's not just printing, mosquitoing anymore. This thing truly represents something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So negibutisane kere. So the confidence ewe biyang mo dikipang tsa hao.
Yeah.
That are you trying to exude it to other people so that le bona ba kgono ba le yone? Because I can see that you have.
Yeah.
But knowing yourself, you might think or you don't have. So was it for them or for you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, what I was trying to do is well, once everyone would be doing that, you know, like we are able to do certain things, but maybe we're not aware or it. For example, like I said, Pitoria, it's a currency. It's something that actually it's sellable.
Yeah.
But we didn't know that we're creating that kind of a commodity alone. It's sellable. But it was to show look, I mean, if uka tloa isu ya go Durban ka number plate ya GP, ho tsena daso. Most probably GP is the only province along anywhere else. You don't have to feel that we change. That's how much of a weight we have actually built around our environment. Yeah, you can go anywhere, you don't have to change it. Northwest we change it. So you can see of how much of value that we have built around our environment, around our language. So I'm going to monetize that. It's something long or it's unbelievable. It has so much potential, but I guess a lot of people have not yet seen it properly. Or this thing you go over that. Pitoria. Talk.
Ke mo teng mo diaparong ka bona go vale ba mara ke ntho no go vale bona they can debate but no diaparo kgale di rata ing mara mo wa itse gore a go ratiwe mabitso fela a diaparo even le style se teng ene se mona o bona so le dikipa tsa go ke bone gore ai go bethile gore o naganetsa wa re o itse ke na le di resources go no printer dikipa di tsamaye a ke kresa
no no so re ga itse ga engle because ke understand environment le gore re tlhalego yona wa bona. I mean, I was doing someone if for example, if you look, a lot of people they don't know how Fabian is actually
South African brand.
I didn't know that.
It is, but it's because we have created a value out of Horsilos around that perception.
Yeah,
we have actually created value.
And since only morning, you know what's the funny part? Since wherever say it's Fabian in South Africa, how about a skipper get 900? I want a flow. Mara now it is like a skipper. Carry paying 800.
And actually, how do you so the price setting is a
so the two 700, then all 760, and then all 800.
Difference mo.
So difference it's so between 700 and 7 seat it's actually in sort of the cost because to do like bigger graphics it's a bit costly compared to a graphic let's say imofel.
Okay.
Then after sa it liba is because of the material. So that and also the sort of theme, the Jacaranda theme that we are trying to build around it. Like I said, you can think about it as the difference between VW and Audi. In a way. Yeah, if you internalize it that way, yeah. So
So the head is how much?
So the head is it's 700, but for pre-order it's cost like little about 20 like we allow them to pre-order at $600.
Okay.
Mara, those also are also from a pure cost perspective. Yeah, it is from an issue of cost perspective. If you pre-order, something, the product is sinking. From a cost perspective, it means I have the money and the product at the same time on my side as a business person. So it means I can actually do more again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more than the and then cost of from scratch.
One one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, no Toma, na would you say target market there how give it to a Pitoria, or you just trying to branch even out of Pretoria?
Like we are by far going to go very, very, very far. So like I said, so the base is Pitori, obviously. But the language itself, as I said, I don't know any language that's Pitori more than Pitori.
Yeah.
And if I look at it, even let's say for example, even if you look at Pretorians from music perspective, you can see we are doing things in long the very, very phenomenal. Or music fair, for example. Hence, from this perspective, in it's another piece of the puzzle that I felt or it's lacking in terms of to complete the entire picture. Yes, Pitoria. So what we are going to do is for now, because we are still building we're covering grounds around Moha. What we are going to do is we are going to take some of the concept of Pitori. They are relatable to other slangs. We can translate that into other languages. But the base is Pitori. For example, we have a design that says Tapelozaka Lendi. If you look at that design, you have hands spraying, you have a helicopter, land on a helipad, and then it says Tapelozaka Lendi. Now, that statement could be translated to any language someone would relate to what we are saying. It's some of the things, the draft that we have in terms of how do we go very, very big, so that when someone sees something like that, they now try to understand with other things roaring. Yeah, so there's a lot of plans. Yeah, I mean, we can take that literally, that thing, because the base, even, you know, that thing about it, maybe English and then maybe perhaps maybe more but but more what we're trying to say, or the base of it, the thinking behind it is Pitor, and we are saying this thing, it can be translated to any language. For their designs alone, I think they could others locals would translate it that way. What I know, locals are translate that to another language. I don't think we can say but if roughly a platform, and then coming to other design, it becomes a bit easier. Because I do know, let's say like the design the issue yesterday, the streets, or like everywhere else you can think of, whether people America or this street thing. So here start like office. If you think it from a business South Africa, everyone else can relate to it. Oh, so the streets. Oh, the streets, it's an office like this. So I wanna be
So simple.
Yeah.
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 So now the challenges tse o tsamayang go kopana le tsona tse di o feelisang gore mara tse bana di amperekisa.
Yeah. Production is the issue. So the challenges to the one thing, when you start, the problem is that you don't know how much demand you'll get, and like naturally, I think as a person, you generally want to spend as less as possible and get the most out of whatever. Like suddenly, if you don't like problem, I and then heba go re e go tsamaya his nang go ra ino e lokile tlwaeleng e re lokise hona mo fela. Yeah, cause now the thing is that if you say how thoma mole, because you don't know yet what will happen here, o nya gore o be sort of pitiful in the sense ya gore o spende zake wena o lebeletse gore henka spenda at least I cover the market economy that demand. So what you will find gore or okay fine it's already like right now I have stocks of 500,000 right now, ne? But initially I started maybe got stocks about 20,000. Then after some demanded to machine na pace. But then the problem now the production I share ga stylist. You are working with people. Once what? Yeah, if only I'm telling you push production motor you happy to a person can order ya keep at 20 fruit. Arajo na jugala pile. Once what? But you will get along the production channel, you are going to get those kind of people. Yeah. Whether one ya because some people they like it. I think here we're not business, when we own or all your general taking full responsibility. We level up from a different perspective from telling you know spelling fella fire going to fast. Yeah. Well, yeah, because whenever you're looking at the face, you just want to look at it. Now you're different, level different. Fast at the killer high, and I guess when production goes on what. Or the person does not even want to be there in the first place. Yeah, and that's why you end up taking some of the responsibilities. Or okay, demand or Naylor Chance Hedi keeper is not dealing that Adila the work guy. I know like get that telezo. There's no such thing as the keeper that's one movita that in AM because someone will be.
You're not chasing it. I will take after hours.
Yeah, so you will find those people. Those people are unfortunately there, and I guess maybe up until you start a business, that's where you start to understand why the person because he has a bigger visionary. He's looking at the outcome. He doesn't care about the process or it's he wants the outcome to be delivered. When what judge? Yeah, but I guess along the production line or for a process of eventually, because only one of the reasons I actually, and it was maybe a blessing in disguise. Initially when I started, I had someone who was designing, so I'm telling this person my concept. This is what I want to like. I'll tell him what I was I'm going to run data. What's what? Yeah, like you can know. I designing the regular data. Regular data. I drag mo to laptop or so when you push it, you look at the pinta woman.
And when I go vision, you product silly muri.
Woman, because never know kicking up with Guriga and never know catch Nasrovali at the Pantikis bonus keepers, Selecam Conagas Yangati. Woman, I will not visit Lamavia Mule. So then I started to cut that and then I started to do I went to start designing, and then I had to learn designing and then fortunately it came out the win nagiki na handinga thing in my mind.
Yeah, and it was easy because more what's moto
once what
I ampor wajua.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I have no one to blame. The if Lord is again. Yeah. But now for another there's no way. There's no way. Like na me chumi hege chaisa sacha. I
think kita ba ya hore mo o leng hore ba no wena o phusha ke passion.
Yeah.
Come kobla hore batho ba o le bona maybe ha ka tshwara something else a ka o maka tsore na go ba rekela nna na go ama o dimane lo shiana phusha ke di passion za hore ke re ka mkhoko botsa hore le nna ke tore e ke episode ka manda tshwantse be lo ke feni ke pelo fela e batlang date ya go e wena ke fedile e ntse mona e
sure
maybe ka hore o bile fortunate ka gore o na le patient
Yeah,
ya
yeah,
diabetes
yeah,
maybe le wena di-business tse di nona le
yeah.
koloi e ka mokgona o rekisa dikoloi
Mara,
maralanong mo o
yeah.
fila gore ke tlile mo ntho e ke e ratang and ke understanda bo betere
Yeah.
ke kgone e tlhalosa pila
Bonsoir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ke
yeah,
kgone e tlhalosa pila so e ba more entertaining for wena
Yeah.
gore o itse ke dikipa tse joo
Yeah.
maybe ile le zaka mo go kry-e le gore ga o je le di-profit
Wait,
it's
one.
not about zaka
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
O no,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
di a tsamaya and ka enjoy
Yeah.
so far no counta gore mo rekisitse kae o irile phoso e golo ne o phoso e tlo count from one or
Because
o kgone go brag gore
yeah,
1,000 yona re
and then from
So
and to
far.
think the figure, I'm a numbers guy, and I was not counting. But I think the issue was that if I did just simply start hotel, I could be able to see okay, more I'm making profit. Link I vala biang, I vala biang. But because of so like the issue of marketing, I had to be more situationary. Ideally, I think I should have counted. But I was just going with the momentum. I was going with the momentum.
but I think since
One shot.
o ka boela wa yo bala
Yeah, you're not obviously. I could be able to check the report and say, okay, this is how much I spent it being sorry, and this is how many t-shirts that I
Yeah.
made. Those things I could
yeah
do.
because so dikipa tsa go di reka ka bulk o kry-e maybe ba re tse 10 ke this much so
Yeah.
wa itse gore okay mo ke spendile yona lemo
Yeah,
so go raya dikipa tse 20 di tswile.
because when I started, I didn't even understand even like let's say quality of materials, GSM measurements. So I had to research. So there was a point where I think I wrote over almost 8,000 stock this writer off because the quality was not good.
Huh?
Because I went and I pushed and I didn't look properly at the quality. Because what happened is that I went and then I went into production with certain t-shirts, right?
Mm.
But as I started to research, ke bona tse dingwe, man, ke a bona hore, my quality man. But the thing is that I couldn't give those t-shirts to people because what happens is you can think about the same way why BMW would call certain
We
cars.
sotile bana ka Louis
So-
Vuitton.
Yeah, because what happens go for skip,
Yeah.
because maybe say accent
Super, yeah.
so when someone else who wants to pay,
Mm.
yeah, no, they're not thinking, no, this is part of the region.
This is
No.
Yeah.
They're saying this is the quality this guy is selling.
Yeah.
One. So I had to keep a to write them off, give you a say, as long as they are not going out. Because I didn't understand. Now I just went with the passion. Because now when I do something, can you go to big? I don't like
Yeah, we re solanga.
I give you so long or Gargina go Kirila fella for a
So no tshwere merchandise o bakile mona
yeah.
Ga o
mo
ira leselo
o leng
ka
ga
ona.
ona go tshwantse ye go teng.
Yeah. Or what? Yeah. So like I said, right now,
No,
like,
and mara lebaka la le make sense because nna ke tla ke re Pirara ke bona phinyane le tlobe.
wait, what? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And le ena a sa bolele a sa
Yeah.
wena a no no maybe wena no di fa a sa wele gore ke di reject.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because wa bona dilo tse di seng sharp ne di lasta in someone's mind more than it's sharp. Or what?
True.
Yeah. Like you can look at any category you can think of. Dilo tse ileng gore di sharp.
Even the bophelo.
Yeah, because those things they are undesirable to someone, and it's only looking so make sure he moves away from those things.
Yeah.
One.
Mm.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, but like I said, at the beginning when I was starting, I was just in a moment. I was not looking at the numbers. I wanted the product to be there, to be wanted by people to, because now I could see something in my mind. One. Yeah, I was just in my own world. Very long. There's no way this design that I'm seeing here, people will appreciate it. Okay, how do I do this? Okay, fine. I'm gonna try and give a couple of people and see and skip what.
Yeah.
What I wanted was to be in position where people like you can see where people actually want this thing. Because that thing is very, very difficult for you can do whatever for to compel people to actually come and buy to you, to convince people that this thing is real. That thing is very, very difficult.
So gona banong re na le di virtual stores fe.
For now we have visual stores, but hopefully around October, because we are still working on some things. But we'll have the first double
Physical store.
cosplay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the idea is cosplays is not really like your generally your normal stores that you see let's say malls. Because right now I'm also working around if I say, for example, you will shop let's go on the park, you'll find the rent is just a simple 40,000 there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. But now the good thing about cook space for it's you can actually go. It's not like your typical kind of you saying that I'm going shopping, but you can go there and be able to get the product and buy. But you can also it also works out as a pickup store and a warehousing and a sort of or one. Yeah. So if you buy online or wherever WhatsApp or whatever you can go there and pick up. Because another thing is that what we find is even if the product is good, people love it, but you always have people who are very skeptical if they cannot physically come. Even if even if he's not gonna come, Mara, he needs to know that there's an option here. He can be able to physically come somewhere and find you. So it's another challenge right now we do have. So that's why we have to now open the store. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it does happen. Yeah, and it does happen. And because maybe let's say a lot of people, especially around Pitoria, because that's why more Pitoria we really that option cash on delivery, so that we build that credibility a bit. We do have the stock.
Yeah.
So, but then you will find it does happen. I mean, I remember one day where we had I think over 50 orders. Now, we had to sell the pigs, and you can imagine you. And you will get a notification today, and we have so many parcels along. It's not possible. And another thing, like order from Motu. Pigs, it means you hold the spend so it means you have to have a certain kind of time and say, okay, we have collected these orders, and then maybe around most number to Tata, maybe let's say around 6, we know for an hour to push the orders, but we had so many orders, we had to and no phone make but I guess it's business challenge what everyone else has. I mean, whether any company they do have some delays, because that's just how the world is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We there's no customer that can come to us and say, we owe them anything. Yeah, I know. Excuse size for bona whether o tsekeleke or extra small or eng ralo ena ya re tla le game ra pusha
no pusha brand monate pusha ntho e pila nna gore sana le yona mo tsere le bara mo so ango create approach ya bo di celebrity ba ranka pese and then go push the merchandise.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm fortunate enough to have someone like he's be in relation to that. He's been able to connect because the thing I mean, there's too many faces into brand because brand building will also intersect with business itself, because it's sort of, you can have, let's say, a brand, it's a beautiful concept, people they love it, but you're not able to properly position it in a way where it becomes a business. So it's some of the things that I think in relation to that, because let's just say you are someone that is not used to celebrities. Someone approaches you, you are starstruck. You struck a bad business deal or either the thing entirely not to be viable, like business is
we're not
exactly. So like I think current distance that I'm fortunate enough to be able to get a lot of people along, or I can just say and make couple of others, and you find out because what I think, or at least what I believe in, or if the product is that good, someone auto separate regardless of whether you battle or not. And as things stand, I'm a bit fortunate to say that a lot of people that work from Baba Spect, like if you go to my state, you also always see me share status, say usually you would normally share and stuff like but willing so without me having to Because another thing that I wanted to move away from was I didn't want the brand to be strictly associated with anyone, because the danger that happens is if you associate a brand with someone, the day the brand goes down. The day there's so many things they come into branding people they need to piggyback on the back, not the other way around. We
living late again.
Yeah, I took, but when I do something, I went full into it. Rather than I'm gonna give you and then span or says game it didn't. Here's a span next on to the next one. Fast. I give it to that person.
I will listen back.
He gave me more.
But so far, essence to me the brand on a moment maybe one would Tabisa something out Tabisa via the brand.
Hey, I once said for him, is it healthy to be happy for such a long time? Like, because I've been so happy so constantly since I started the brand. You are likely to find me in a bad moment. Like, it's as if that constant state of happiness, it has been with me for quite some time now.
Yeah.
Like every time where I'm still thinking, am I still dreaming? Because I'm just used to having so many challenges in life where a lot of things are going bad. When I was doing, let's say for example, this body ball, the moment when I call it that man, why is running? When you feel it's a call that man, that's what you have. Because the man of Fudel, as he was a peel. Open sweet, like half level. Yeah, go pull us along for like years. There is a very job, but years there is. Yeah, I'm trying to plan, trying to fully track up a level like Kului by the Nakon Lena Nasna food, you feel food by Terry food. Kore, get Tiban sisters. I get Tiban. So, right now, as things stand, because I think we have been through those challenges. When I'm dealing with something like this, like the problems are so minimal in the sense you problems.
Yeah,
Mogim tebelele, mogishana muna. Yeah, but in all honesty, to be quite frank with you, I'm in a state of happiness. I didn't think usually this kind of happiness to me it was happening in episodes. Let's say, for example, the first time I got my diploma, I was happy. My happiness here. This one for some reason, man, when you get those voice notes of someone I would at your brand, they jam better. No salary, I jam better melody. Like so those things like every time when you think about those kind of comments, man, the state of mind and the state of my emotions,
and I show appreciate that t-shirt order overhead.
Yeah, I mean, but it's so beautiful, something that you have in mind, translating to reality. Like, even exactly come cool, you thought about it.
And we didn't together dealing game. And she the brand. Yeah, can you go print the skip and like to me? Yeah, to me.
Yeah.
So, what was how Usile, immediately, our care lower it's under her KG man.
Sure. Yeah.
Or the keeper.
Yeah.
Or a man in when a calling when on Simoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the quota allow. I'll quota impress a more.
Aye.
The well street come from how
Once more. I don't even like it. Maybe I'm not even interested whether someone knows whether I own the brand or not. As long as it's okay. Yeah, my like never even know if happiness is derived from something else compared to some people just knowing what it's me. Yeah.
And you speak about Zulu a lot.
Yeah.
Would you say who is your number one supporter?
Blind. Talk. He's a guy who believed in what I was doing way before. Yeah. No. True. I don't know how I can repay that guy.
Nah.
That's why, yeah, I don't even mind whatever people might think, or maybe because he's so closely associated to the brand, and why push so he's I would say he's in relation to people they are well known. Because obviously I do have some support system of people that actually believe when I started. Because the thing about this thing, you know, when you are studying doing something so long, it's different from, let's say, for example, get business. It's a well-known structure selling recipe. It has been proven that it works. So then your strength can be measured a bit. It's predictable. But when you're doing something long, it's not there. The only way to prove you were saying more is if this thing works.
Yeah.
If it has been half,
Yeah.
and to take that risky, and at some point when because like you're venturing into this world where when you have no idea what the outcome really could be here, so you are playing in between being sane and being insane. When you finally do something and it hits or I was actually saying, I was seeing something saying like it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful thing to happen.
Ne.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful thing to happen.
Otherwise, KG.
Sure, Brian.
Le way it's na go Brian.
Sure.
And go ishitse dilo tse pila mo branding ya hao.
Yeah.
Ya utlwa wa irata.
Botlhoko.
Ne wa irata.
Yeah.
Wa irata o ifa yo all.
Yeah.
Go ishitse dilo tse pila mo yona. Otherwise Teddy.
Dinza.
Wa ta rena push up fela sone.
Nah.
Yeah, wa bona ka jeno KG o le tse mmere kwa rena easy one question. Go.
One last one. I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
maybe I can keep a shot. Like
Yeah.
from here, when you go na Pirara elegai. Like what's your future?
We are going to the world. We are going to the world. I mean, you know, when you look at this brand, for example, Amir when it's 84. Now you see how big it is.
Yeah, that.
And Elena, I think maybe let's say the correlation between me and him is that he had tried everything else up until he said, okay, this is the last. So I'm gonna put my name on it. So I'm gonna go all in it.
He's again ho bolela ka Amir.
Yeah.
O boletse something ka hore o tla ka idea ya o se make sense nyana.
Yeah.
And then batho ba bona ka re wa hafa if isa pass.
Yeah.
Mara he phumela
Yeah.
Iba.
Yeah.
So lebella di price Amir a beile di keeper tsa hae.
Yeah.
O ka no thoma wa re di keeper ke bo 30,000. Oh, guys a passa ro bona ka re amarneng tsa half.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's what I think, you know, if you become someone more it's just unfortunately or like the stigma around but I do get it, or humans by nature they don't want change. They want comfortability, predictable, they want things to be predictable. Mara, if you venture into that world alone, you don't want to be limited by anything. And once I try it's too difficult to skate or something. Very, very difficult. It's too difficult.
That's wrong it.
But otherwise KG re ko khavole Brian ka re sa o tshwara sebaka.
Yeah.
Go tlwalla mama timara otherwise come frost bite nze ke blessers the man wa rata mareke na leader of men a ke tsama ikiliwa ke tsama le yana TDB.
We are this kapali.
Yeah.
Founder ya Pirara re KG tangi ya be tangi ya raro tangi la haiwa.
Well. Thank you.
This is Pitoria project, straight from Pretoria, a place for the people where every story starts. Voices rise, let 'em shine, from the streets to the hearts, taking it far. This is the podcast
I think you know.
Thank you.
Stage is yours.
Unless you like party like this,
Every tale
we're not on this one.
Medium.
Pitoria project. Yeah. Your voice is crowned.
I like the book.
No, listen.
Artists, storytellers, come step into the light. Life experiences, we bring them to the mic. Awareness, laughter, tears, we mix it all. Fun and real, we rise each time we fall. This is the podcast for the people, yeah. The stage is yours. Share your dreams, your highs, your struggles. Open doors. Every tale, every vibe. We amplify the sound on Pitoria Project. Yeah, your voice is crowned. From the everyday grind to the secrets untold. We give you a platform, let your story unfold. No filter, no mask, just your truth in the light. On Pitoria Project, yeah, we shine so bright. This is the People's Podcast. We stand tall. Every voice matters. Every story we call. Step up, speak out, let the world connect. This is Pretoria Project. Show respect.